Ken Foes, welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of Thoughtful Thursday with your man Double A with much to say. I know I'm late a little bit, a couple minutes late, but I am here. 1 minute late. I am here. Man, again, welcome everybody. I appreciate all the folks that's gonna be joining with us today on a Thoughtful Thursday. Today's date is August what is it, the 26th or the 27th? August the 27th, 19, I mean 19, August 27th, 2026, y'all. And y'all know my motto, we up against the same shit. And in fact, it is so much worse, guys, than we can than it appears to be. And so today, Thoughtful Thursday to me was gonna be definitely on some topic, definitely a couple topics, deep, meaningful topics that that I really my thoughts as far as I'm talking about topics. I'm mixing these shows up with Touchy Topic Tuesday, but this is definitely a touchy topic, but it's also a definitely a deep thought Thursday. Again, I am so grateful to be here with you guys. I've always started my show off with my prayers. I ask God to bring the people that who means the show well and who wants to do good by the show and appreciate the show. Bring those folks on, God, and those who don't, and those who mean the show no good, keep them away. I'm thank you in Jesus' name. I pray, Amen. All right, guys, man. This is as I stated again. This is Thoughtful Thursday. I am really glad to be amongst y'all. I am gonna wait slowly for a couple minutes for some people to pop in. I know it was definitely I was a couple minutes late today myself, so please forgive me for that. I'm trying to get to the point where I could work my okay. This how does this sound? How does this sound, guys? Does this sound so much better? I think it does. All right. Again. This is touchy topic, not touchy topic Tuesday, thoughtful Thursday. Forgive me. Again, my thoughts is deep today. Uh, very meaningful. I'm hoping that we can get some interaction from our folks, from the people who are logging on with us today. I'm really hoping for that because this is something that we definitely need to talk about on this thoughtful Thursday. Hmm. So I guess, with all due respect, with no further ado, I guess I would say I could start off with my thoughts, and my thoughts started running at like maybe 2:33 this morning. Kind of got up out my bed and sat on the edge of my bed, and I tend to do that often anyway because I got to go check on my boy in the morning. I mean, in the wee hours and make sure he ain't dumped no covers off of him because I run my AC because it be hot, guys. So my body automatically gets up. But this particular morning, I got up, and when I got up, I sat on the edge of my bed. Of course, I jumped on social media for a minute because I'm 2 hours behind. So you guys, 5 o'clock, y'all up starting y'all day up there on the east. And I got up and sat on the edge of my bed. And as I sat there, some tears started to come down my eyes. And I thought about all this mess that's just really taking place around us. I've been knew, we all knew that the food was being tampered with, but it's being put all in your face now. And the things that took place off in Gary, Indiana, in a predominantly black neighborhood or over there in Gary. Not just that, the loss that the city of Cleveland is experiencing, and not just that loss that from their brother Maceo, but the senseless killing still with of killing the senseless killing of each other with all the mess that's going on down south, these constant hangings. I would love to have some thoughts and some interaction and some conversation about who and what do y'all think is happening. Well, we know what's happening to our kinfolk, them folks down there, but who do y'all think is doing this shit, man? Like, and it's being in this day and age, with all the technology that we got, all the cameras we have everywhere, and all these remote places. I'm talking about cameras are everywhere. And you mean to tell me with all these hangings that taking place down south, there's not one person or no, there's not one footage of anything? That's something to think about right there. And if we ain't been taking this shit serious, I hope that you guys, because this shit is happening like like it's normal. Like every time you turn around, you're hearing about a young person being a person of color, a black person being found hung somewhere in the South. We ain't even, jumped on the Carmelo Anthony. The Carmelo Anthony situation and the Nolan Wells situation. And there's a list of people that I did some research, guys. I did my research and I wrote some names down. And it is so damn disturbing to know that in 2026, we have had 7 young people found hung, and nobody's been held accountable. Ain't that something? So I am just disturbed by it. I thought I would jump on and talk about it today. Uh, we ain't even mentioned the black seats that's being, the zones that's being removed or regulated to the point where black votes are not being considered in the South down there. The South is being just the South in itself, man. It's fucked up. Excuse my language, but it's jacked up. And again, Thoughtful Thursday. This is my thought for Thoughtful Thursday today. And again, I wanted to bring it to the forefront, and I wanted to get some participation from some folks on what y'all thoughts on what's taking place, and not just that, man. How are we preparing ourselves for worse shit to come? Because it seems like that's exactly what's going to happen. It's getting worse and worse. So we ain't even tapped on this damn president with this. So for me, guys, even with this meat situation, it turns my stomach to think about where all this food is coming. I've been looking up some black farms here in Colorado that I can actually go get some meat from, some fresh meat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see. I just go buy it. It's been cut up. It's been processed. It's been done. Everything has been done with. But back to the we was talking about earlier, as far as who do y'all think, or who do we think is hanging our young folks down there in the South? And not just that, why ain't no footage? Why ain't no cameras? Why? There's a lot of whys I got, and I wanted to talk about today. And this show, and I say it every day that I'm on, every time that I'm on my shows, Tuesdays and Thursdays, my show ain't for everybody, and I'm cool with it. So I just ask God to bring the people who will interact, who will understand the conversation and the dialogue and the purpose of this show, and keep those away. It's just that simple. And we're gonna be respectful about what we talk and how we talk and who we listen to. We giving each and every person the opportunity to speak or to tap in and make their comments known and their thoughts known on Thoughtful Thursday. Hey, Miss Linda, Miss Wilson, how are you, sister? Thank you for so much. If it's one person here so far, I'm cool. But it always start off like this. I get off into talking about for a good maybe a 10, 12 minutes, and before you know it, everybody get to popping on. So I am grateful for you being on. And again, the thought today for Thoughtful Thursday was, who do we think is doing these things to our kids? Be as transparent and honest as we could possibly can. Like for me, as I stated earlier, man, with the fact that the shit is happening, and there's no footage, there's no cameras with the technology that we got today. And you mean to tell me we can't find no footage on nothing? Absolutely anything? That's a no-brainer. The police involved in this stuff. Excuse my language. Yes, I'm 54, but I'm still gonna pay respect to the folks who was older than me. So I'm gonna watch my language on here, even when I started to feel a little emotional or a little, because it's ignorant. This is crazy, guys. This is so insane. And the fact that we're still running around here shooting and killing each other every single day, and that mess is taking place down south. the lack of attention that black folks is giving that situation, from what I gather and what I see, it's just insane. But we give all this, and we'll quick to go see beyond or Usher and Chris Brown with filling them stadiums up for nothing, to go see them cats and dance around and do whatever they do. But when this stuff is happening down south, we ain't talking about it. We ain't putting no effort in seeing anything. The black churches, there ain't no black leaders. Ain't no. This is just like, damn, man, what are we doing here? Like, this is in freaking insane to me. Like, and I'm passionate about it because, again, I check this out, and I'm gonna do it more than once. I'm finna read off some names, guys. August 21st, 2026, North Carolina. Roanoke Rapids or something, I think. 38-year-old brother, Demetrius Fleming, found hung. 32-year-old found in Nash Square downtown Raleigh. They found that brother hanging from a tree. 2026. And all these, and I'm going to read them off, and I'm going to tell you the dates of it. Jackson, Mississippi in August 29th. No, in August, I'm sorry, the 29-year-old sister, Taisha, I think it was, Fortune. They found her home. Kyle Basinger, 21, Marietta, Georgia. Juliano Nitz, 16, Charlotte, North Carolina. Tania Miller, 27, Miami, Florida. Justice Kaya James, 21, Albany, Georgia. Trayvon Reed, 21, Mississippi. Torrance Medley, 39. Gerard Jackson, 28. And I have to mention my son, Larry Williams, 30. He was 32, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. All them names I just mentioned was found hung from a tree. And nobody seen nothing. No cameras, no footage. I'm almost at the point where I'm really just this is just my mission. Like, especially when it's happening and then nobody's talking about it. They're speaking about it, but that's all that's happening. Nobody's being held accountable. I remember reading something about a brother. I think it was in 22. Brother was running from some folks, white boys in some trucks. He ran up in the police station. They told him, he told the police that this was what's happening. These white guys is chasing me in some trucks, and he needed a ride. The police told his ass that there wasn't no Uber service. So the young man left the police station, and then come to find out, they found his body dismembered throughout the woods with his private parts and his head cut off, dismembered, his private part cut off and put in his mouth, and the paw and the law down there had the nerve to tell their family it was from wildlife. Are you serious? They couldn't have never looked at my mom and told me some stuff like that about my brother. Wildlife. They ain't got that much damn sense to do exactly what took place to that young man. You know, these are the things I'm talking about. Miss Lindsay, thank you, but yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. And you down in Texas, yeah. So is it some crazy stuff happening down there? What's going on down in Texas? Well, we already know what goes down there. It's deep in the Texas in the Lone Star State. But overall, guys, and it's just disturbing to me, man. It's just so disturbing. I just read off all those names, and all those names, all that took place. All those young folks died in 2026. This year. I think it was one or two that was a couple years back, my bad. But the rest of those names, far too many names, same freaking pattern. And before they could even do a full autopsy, the first thing they automatically go to is, mental illness. And I was victim of that as I spoke about it a little while ago. I let them folks say the same thing about my son. The same pattern, and this is why I'm on it like I'm on it, and it's crazy because I can't wrap my mind around this, yo. They told me that my son was dealing with some mental health issues. They told me that there was videos seeing him going into a store to buy a rope. They told me these are the things that the detectives had said to me when I called. And they said that he had made phone calls to the suicide hotline before. They said there was pictures left at a gas station. And again, guys, I can speak on this because this is my child. That was my child. And I'm not trying to reopen no wounds because the wounds ain't never been closed. They ain't never been covered. But the fact that they said after I had accepted all that, guys, I was like, I heard what they said and having conversations with my son and knowing that he was dealing with some things. And I kind of was open minded and not naive to the fact that people do deal with mental illness. But I know my son loved his daughter dearly, and he showed that how he interacted with her. So for him to go and take his life, regardless of what he was up against, and leave her was nonsense to me. And then years later, I'm seeing this shit with all these other young folks, and the same pattern. Maybe I might feel different if I was able to see some video, some footage, or something like that, and then not believing what the hell they said. Ain't just going with that. And that's what I be angry with myself about. And that's what I'm so upset with myself about to this day, that I did not fight for my son. And I got another boy raising a young man in here. I'm raising 15-year-old. And with all this shit that's going on, they going off with white friends and all they doing is just being minded. They just being raised and treating people how they was raised. Because I didn't treat my son to treat nobody, regardless of what color they was, no different. If they respected him and they treated him nice, you do the same thing. But the image these white folks is portraying and the shit that they're doing, because I ain't having it, because they gonna have to do something to me. Something happened to my child. They're gonna have to do something to me, and I'm gonna get some answers. And it's a damn shame that the sisters. And I ain't even mentioned about the other young men that went off swimming, and the white boys threw his clothes away and threw his cell phone away, and they got charged with tampering with evidence. And I ain't talking about the other situation where this cat was out partying, his brother was out partying with at a college or some shit like that, and they saying he shot himself in the head, but no gunpowder. Nobody was tested, and this pitiful things that these officers is doing, and the reasons that they're giving these families for the situations that they find in their family members in, it's just downright. You it's just another reason, another. I can't even come up with the words. You just so think we just that damn stupid for you to tell us. You look us in our face and say some shit like that, and it don't make no sense. And you just gonna keep going on and then tell us and talk about what else do y'all want us to do? Are you serious? It's disturbing. It's disturbing to see our young brothers still running around doing what they're doing to each other with this shit that's taking place and all down here in the South with our other folk, man. This is disturbing. It's disturbing to see the churches not being too involved. So don't nobody want to sacrifice. Well, hell, we know what happened. What happens to all the leaders, the black leaders, and history shows that they get taken out, or either they give in, or somehow there's a juke. Something happens. So people are afraid to step up, even those who have strong voices. I talk, yeah, I ain't gonna get into that one, but even those who have strong voices are somewhat afraid to step up. And because of that, here we are. God only knows, man. But Miss Linda, I sure appreciate you being here with us, you being here with me. I ain't seen nobody else tap in, but I'm so grateful. I appreciate you tapping in and listening. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. And it's just awful because you got grandbabies. I got a granddaughter, grandson, you know. nieces and nephews. Well, not niece. Yeah, I got nieces and nephews. They're grown, but they got kids. I got great nieces and the great nephews. I don't know what to say, guys. I just don't know what to say. What is it gonna take? I mean, damn! If nothing is brought or some type of awareness, or we ain't gathering together to figure out and talk about this shit and figure out what we can do. Excuse my language, please. Then what? I don't know what is it gonna take. I mean, every other week it seemed like, if not other, for the past few months, they've been finding a young person hung with no explanation. We don't do that shit. We don't do that. We got too much history, and I'm smart enough to know I ain't now I feel that way. We don't do that. Even if we are depressed and dealing with some issues, we hunt, man, we don't do that. Something. And if we do it, man, I just can't see it, guys. I personally just can't see it, especially when it's happening the way it's happening and how often it's happening. No, you ain't gonna tell me that, yo. And why are we gonna sit around and wait till it happens to our family member or somebody in y'all family member before y'all start feeling like uh, the person who has already happened to? This some shit, man. This some stuff that need to be talked about. Not just that, how y'all protecting yourselves. What kind of plan y'all got? What are we looking at, right? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna be moving? All those names I just read off are all pretty much young people up under the age of 38 years old, from 16 to 38, found dead, hanging from a tree with no explanation, with no cameras, with no footage, none of that, including my son. Now, if anybody's seen some footage, then let me know about it. But I ain't seen it. And until I see some footage, until I'm able to see some footage, then I ain't gonna let that sit. I ain't. I'm gonna continue to call and I'm gonna continue to ask questions, and I'm not gonna let that sit. This shit is happening too often to too many people, young people, all over the different states, especially in the South. So what are we doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are we really doing here? And it's sad that black folks ain't really giving the necessary attention that it deserves to have. But we'll give all this other madness attention. We'll give the NFL attention. We'll give the NW. We'll give all these concerts, these artists, music artists. We'll give all them that we'll give them all the utmost, the best attention, the utmost attention. But the shit that's happening down south ain't happening. What's going on with it, yo? And if you got kids, even if you ain't got kids and you black and should care, you should really care about what's happening. It shouldn't be a nonchalant thing, or it ain't happened up north yet, or it ain't gonna take place down here yet. Hey, my cousin Sonya. Hey guys, welcome, my cousin Sonya person to the show. Thank you for joining me, cuz I really appreciate you joining me. And I was Thoughtful Thursday was pretty much a deep thought for me, and I was just mentioning and talking about them senseless hangings that has not been addressed in a way that you would think. Now, let me ask y'all this question, and I really want y'all to comment on this. If y'all thought, or for one reason, just hypothetically speaking, say it was some white men being hung in the South, just like we're seeing the young black people being hung in the South, what type of attention and what do you think? What type of attention you think that would get? Type in, y'all. Type in Miss Linda, Sonya. If y'all feel free to please answer that question, I would love to bring y'all on, and even actually, I would love to bring y'all on to the show as a little small panelist if you want. But if not, y'all can comment through tapping in what y'all think. If there were all white people being hung like the black people is happening right now, what do y'all think will be taking place? Give me your honest opinion on that. Such a sad situation, man. And I am personally attached to this for that very reason, because the same shit happened to my child in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, Kane Park, to be exact. Yeah. And I'm going to continue to speak on it. I'm going to continue to make it known. I'm going to continue to feel, okay, Miss Linda says all Black people would be arrested and charged. But that would have to be some type of, yeah, they would automatically find somebody connected to those white folks hangings. They definitely would find somebody who is connected to them, and then it would have, just like the Nolan Wells situation. There's no way on God's green earth you could tell me that if it was 4 Black boys, excuse me, and 1 Black and 1 white man, one young white gentleman who went out with them, and the 4 Black boys came back and the white boy didn't, and found dead, you wouldn't tell me them Black boys would be held. They would still be in jail pending investigation. So, what we up against right now, and the attention, that's the thing for me, the attention that is getting from other Black folks. Just because we up north don't mean we ain't Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the Black churches, quote unquote, if that's what you want to call them, I'm lightweight disappointed in them because of the attention that they're showing. You know, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll march. When a white police officer shoot a Black man or a brown brother, we'll go march. We'll organize. We'll hold meetings. We'll be the church houses will be open for meetings about organizing things like that. But here we are in such a state like we are in right now, and nobody's showing it the attention that it deserves. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody, because you do have some folks. You got them Israelite brothers that's down there. This showing up down in Mississippi. They showed up down there. Also, in the other state, in Texas too. Not Texas. I'm sorry. North Carolina. They showed up down there too. But man, there's so much more we can do. It really is. It really is, than just making videos about the situation. I see a lot of videos, a lot of people showing heartfelt videos about what's taking place. I get that. I do. But there's so much more that we can do. Like, man, you thinking about the damn blackout? They talking about the damn the Canada is going to shut off the electric system. Man, it's now it's making people running around to go find generators and all this other shit, making sure you stocked up on bottles of water. As much as it sounds crazy, it's almost certain that we have to be prepared for something of that nature. My cousin said all kind of attention. Yes, it would. Yeah, you meaning that if it was the other way around, it would be receiving all kind of attention, correct? And that question is to my cousin Sonia. Again, guys, I feel I am operating in my purpose right now. I have to get involved. I just don't see it. This is the same pattern, and they telling us the same garbage. Cousin Sonya, I just read off. It was almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 names. 11 names, Cousin Sonya, and them, all those 11 names was young people who was found hung from a tree this year. Within the last couple of years, there's one that was done. Maybe there was a couple of them in 2022, but the majority of those names that I mentioned were done happened this year, and this year ain't even over. Ms. Linda said most of our men are falsely accused and locked up in Texas. Courts are slow in going to. saying absolutely. Okay, yeah. Okay. And I guess my cousin Sonia answered the question to what I asked her. If it was the other way around, it would be receiving all kind of attentions. She said absolutely. And then the trials are just sorry down there in Texas, Miss Linda said. Guys, if we're not headed backwards to them days, man, and this just is how I feel. This is some real dead sense. For real, this it goes back to when that damn president allowed them folks to come up to that Capitol and do what they did to that Capitol. He lit the fire then. And you would think that he would have something to say about what's taking place with these hangings. Any other president would have spoke on it, and I'm almost certain they would have spoke on it. Yes, even if they wasn't giving it the attention that they needed to get from the president, they would have spoke on it. That man ain't said one word, not one word about what has been happening down there in the South. And I am not surprised. Not one word, guys. And it just hurts. It's so heartbreaking because again, we're still experiencing this black on black crime within in all these damn communities throughout all these urban neighborhoods throughout the states. And nobody is being able to organize something in each state with these young men, then collectively come together. This is what they're afraid of. They don't mind us doing the shit that we're doing to each other, but they collected they when I say it's a, when let me calm down. When I say they, I mean the powers that be, organization, organized structure, things like they're afraid of that, especially when on all of us on one accord. I don't even want to top off. I don't want to jump off a subject, but the people that they know can put shit like that in place is incarcerated and they got a chokehold and they should have been home a long time ago, but they're afraid of what they're capable of doing, and that's bringing people together. I don't want to bring something into this that it doesn't have to be, but they're afraid of bringing, you know, black folks together. They're afraid of allowing and seeing black folks come together, not allowing, but they organization, organized and structured. They fear that. They fear that. They fear that. They fear that. Hell, I even got some questions about the black Muslims. Why they ain't standing up? Why they ain't down there in them bow ties and all that marching with them Israelite brothers? You know what I'm saying? So, all this shit is it's just mind-boggling to me, mind-blowing, mind-boggling that I can sit back and think about, the people that black people that has some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of uh pool, if you will, and voices are not saying too much of nothing and don't want to get involved in nothing, because they're afraid that they may lose their lives in itself. And I think and I get it. I get it, but that's sacrifice. That's what the word sacrifice mean. I wish I can get with some serious down brothers that's down to crank up some shit, like really put some shit in play. Then I'll be down with that for sure. But until then, I'm gonna continue to speak on it and hopes of some young man, and even the young men that I run across in Colorado here, what I'm saying, I speak on it to them. What is all of this about? What's you brothers should be doing this, man. How but that's why we got to create an environment for such things to take place like that. Now, I'm not saying it ain't going down. I don't know if it is or if it isn't. They may be secretly doing some things. I don't know. But it ain't time. The time ain't to be secret now. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't. The time, if not now, then when? You know? Man, it's just sad right now. And that's all I could just keep pondering on. It's sad. The attention that black folks is giving this. Little to none. But we ready for Sunday. But we ready for NFL Sunday though, ain't we? We're ready to go see Usher and Chris Brown to go fill up a stadium. We're ready to go do that. But what about the shit that's taking place that's affecting that could affect us, that's affecting us and our kids that can that and then will somewhere down the line. We ain't standing up for that. What is it that we could possibly do? That is my thought. The thought is what is it that we could possibly do to change the narrative of what the hell is taking place? When can we start caring and being angry and placing that anger in ways of being able to, you know, shake up some offices or something, guys, because they taking us right back to where our ancestors was, but unfortunately we ain't our ancestors, and if we don't move accordingly and in a way of structure, then it's gonna be some crazy mess out in them streets. I seen a dude, yo, check this out real quick, guys, just to jump. I seen a dude on here on social media, and he was talking about a vision that he's seen, and he said the vision, and this was a few days ago, guys, and dude was saying he saw uh what's the word that he used? Chris, just what is the word, guys? What is like we just seen in Japan that mudslide and how that just took place, some bad weather. And this brother kept saying, and he's saying this. He said he's saying this a few days ago. The vision that he was actually witnessing, and it didn't dawn on me until I saw it, and I got to seeing and the different things that was taking place a few days after he had mentioned it. And then when I saw the mudslide and they were saying how all those peoples and buildings was covered and search all, man, when I saw that with my eyes, I said that brother saw this, and this ain't even the beginning of what he said he was going to see. Hey, Miss Yvette, Sister Yvette, what's happening? Y'all welcome Yvette to the show. I've been talking and talking, Yvette. The Thoughtful Thursday today has been, who do y'all think is killing our babies down south? Who is hanging our young people down south? And if you fed a comment, if you feel free to comment, please do so. And not just that, catastrophic weather. Did I say that? Did I pronounce that correct? Cuz did I pronounce that word? Oh snap! Yvette, how you doing, sister? Thank you for taking the time out to jump on, man. And the topic today was just, it was some real deep for me. I thought it was deep. It was based on what and who do we think is doing the hanging of our young people in the South? And if you feel free again, Yvette, please comment on it. You tell me what you think. Tell me give me your thought for Thoughtful Thursday on who do you think is doing what is doing those necessary, doing those unmanageable, crazy ass things in 2026 in those places that we know have history of doing such things as that. Catastrophic. I said it, catastrophic. You broke it down for me, cousin. I appreciate that. Catastrophic weather. Bam, I got it. Fist bump. Bam. Catastrophic weather. That's what he was speaking on. It was called, I couldn't pronounce that word, guys. It's called catastrophic. Catastrophic weather. I can't stop saying it since I was able to pronounce it correctly. Catastrophic. Say it with me, catastrophic. Oh, snap. But yeah, guys, it's just again, the word disturbing. If there was if there was a word that I can probably think of right now that was worse than disturbing, then that would be a word that I would use on what's taking place with our young people right now, like for real. And it's sad that the attention, again, I keep speaking about the attention that it deserves, it is not getting. But and I'm, I will sit back and watch my games and things like that. But I'm telling y'all, God got this on my heart, guys. I think about uh things to really discuss about meaningful things, things that's impactful things. Um, my cousin Sonia, guys, real quick again, she is a gym owner. She is a person who lives, eats, and does all those healthy things that will uh, maybe allow us to be here on the face of this earth a little longer. So I am hopeful that the month of September that she will be a panelist and be doing what I'm doing and be talking to us about how important it is to switch our food up, start to eat and exercise and things like that. In order for us to be when we get 65 and 70, we can still, get around and do all those things because as we can see, and I'm sure y'all have witnessed some people who are that age that look like they're older than they should be, and that's because of the eating habits and the drinking habits and all the things that we've done prior to our lives and come. And I'm guilty of it too. So, cause when we do have this show in September, trust and believe, I will be listening to you and I will be paying attention. And then, hey, Sonya, won't you type your business? Type the gym up just in case folks in the city may want to come through, and sign up with you. You never know who might come through. They may say they was on your cousin's show and they saw the name of your business, the gym up there, and all the things that you offer. So if you feel free, won't you go on and type the name of the gym up there and where you located, and or we can wait till September. You don't have to do it now. We can wait till September when you're on as a panelist, and you can just give us and share all that information. Then I think that would be a good idea. But I did want to mention to y'all that my cousin is a person who does and lives healthy. And she does it and she takes it serious. She has a group of people who works out with at the gym. I don't know a whole lot about the gym, I think nothing like that. But in the month of September, as I mentioned, I'm gonna be having some different panelists on that's gonna be talking about some meaningful things that'll help for us as we move forward, guys. But yeah. Her name is Sonia Persons, and she'll be joining us in the month of September talking about we'll be on that health, beings and you know what it is and what it means now, how important it is and all that type of stuff. Because as you get older, we can't eat all those things we used to eat, you know. Knees get to popping and cracking and stuff like that. That's because we don't stretch, we don't do a variety of different things. It's real simple, and then don't take a whole lot of time to do it. So I'm not gonna stay on that topic too much. I'm gonna leave that to my cousin when she joins the show. Again, in the month of September, we're gonna be having a few guests on uh, to be talking about this. I am grateful for her to be able to join us. I'm so looking forward to hearing what she has to say and things like that. So thank you, cuz. Again, guys, I am so grateful, man, to be on here with y'all. It's been 43 minutes. And it's two people, and I'm cool with that. Normally, I have a bunch of folks on. I don't know what that was about today. Hopefully, they'll be able to log on and get a comments later on down the line as we move forward. Um, to all my people out here and where I'm located, and even the folks that may even want to tap in, that may want to be up under the media umbrella, who has some talent in skit writings, or creative writings and things like that. Prank calls. We're going to be doing a variety of different things, guys. I am so looking forward to reaching out and meeting some other brothers here in Colorado. Our organization, the program I've came up with is FACTS. And the word FACTS stands for Fathers Acting Correctly Together Saves. So to my brothers, there's fathers here in Colorado, whether you in or out of your kid's life for whatever reason, and you want to get back and on track, man, it's a program for brothers and fathers to get together, man, and we can come up with ways that we could, operate correctly together to be able to get involved in our kids, more involved in our kids' life if you aren't already involved in your baby's life. So I don't want to leave that out. I am promoting. I'm looking forward to my brother Nathan Gale. He has a clothing line. A clothing gear. He has a gear. He has clothing. He is a owner of Drip City here in Colorado, 303. He will be joining us on the 8th of September in the evening. So I want y'all to be able to tap in and listen to him. And then for the young people that might be anybody, young people, old people, older people, it doesn't matter, folks who be willing to get involved in trying to, get some clothing or their own business started. But this young brother, I've been knowing him for some time. I'm so looking forward to hearing what he has to say and, learning some stuff from him. I will be getting some of his gear as well and be, wearing his gear on the show. So and my duty, I got my dude, my dude Tootie, his name Toot Ross up in the city of Cleveland. He has the gear called Bullies. Bullies is definitely, it ain't what you mean. It ain't what it sounds like, because we don't deal with bullies. But my man got this gear up there, and it's already hitting his wave up there. I'm looking forward to tapping in with him. I'll be wearing some of his gear as well, promoting some of his clothing line, my man, clothing line, 303 Drip City clothing line coming September 8th. I am looking forward to, again, the brother gonna come on and he gonna talk with us and share how he started his business and the loops and ups and downs and all the things that it took to him to get to where he is. He's in all the vendor shows that take place here. He put on shows. He's for the community. This brother, well-rounded, God-fearing young man. I know him from church, literally from church to him doing what he's doing. So I'm looking forward to you guys meeting him and hearing what he has to say. We're going to be talking about marriages, those folks who are married, who are willing to come on and talk about what it took, how the things, the up, and we ain't trying to get personal or anything. It's just the typical things. God takes us through things for us to share with other folks, because it's somebody somewhere wondering how they going to get over what you didn't overcame. So to keep it to yourself will be selfish, guys. We ain't asking you to put all your business out there, but we are asking you to share how you guys overcame marriages. We can talk about being single and happy, because being single can cause some unhappiness, and that can still lead to other things and stuff like that. So, man, I am just looking forward to bringing some stuff to the platform, guys, and just in hopes of being able to enlighten and encourage some people as I look to be encouraged and enlightened as well. Thank you to my cousin Sonia. Thank you to Yvette, my people from back home. Thank you to Miss Linda from Texas. No, from Colorado, but in Texas, I know her. She's definitely a lady who has been very fond of me. I've been very fond of her and her family. They've been treating me like family since I've been here. We're church members. Definitely appreciate y'all showing up with me today. I am so grateful. God said when there are two or more and gathered in my name, he is in the midst. So I felt his presence being here today. Again, I'm so looking forward to you guys seeing the folks that we're going to bring on the panel. I got my cousin now, Jay, his wife, Tamika, talking about marriages. She is a business owner. She is a realtor. She's going to share some things that that it takes for those who may be looking to get into the world of real estate. My cousin is his wife, no, her husband. My cousin is his. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? But he is a business owner. He got a variety of things going on, man. He's a vendor. He has this luxury laboratory thing going on. He's pulling up there. He has a mobile bar that goes along with that. He got, he does a lot of different things, man. I'm going to be tapping into, a variety of different people, guys. So just a small time brother, just trying to do some things, man, and enlighten some folks. Again, that's the main thing, enlightening and being enlightening and encouraged. We're going to talk about also one other thing that I'm going to have some people on here who is going to share with me and you guys about dealing with the loss of a child, the grief. Divorces, that's grief. Loss of jobs, there's a variety of different things that people don't think is grief. This really is grief, and if it is not dealt with in a healthy way, it could detour to some unmanageable habits. Yeah, that's that. And unmanageable habits. And we want some healthy, good habits. We've had enough of unmanageable habits. I know I have in my life. So again, guys, I'm not going to take too much up. It's been an hour just about. I love talking. I love kicking it with y'all. It was very cozy. I don't know who this third person is. It just logged on, but Man, y'all missed a good show, some good dialogue. It ain't too late for y'all to go back and listen to the show and be able to leave y'all comment. And don't forget to share with a person. Share this with somebody who y'all think will be interested in sharing some of their ups and downs or some of their thoughtful Thursdays or involving their conversations in touchy topic Tuesdays. And again, I told y'all we're gonna have hood to hood sports show coming up for my guys, man, when that comes about. But right now I'm putting that on the back burner. We're gonna deal with the lesson at hand, the more important things. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to talk about it. We're gonna continue to, try to get some things going on. Cousin Sonya, thank you so much for that. I was dealing with that word facts, and God would not let me just wrestle away from it. So I just broke the letters down. And then when I came up with that concept, I said, wow, and I went ahead and got it patent stuff and I can run with it. So I'm gonna get me some t-shirts made. So I'm looking to, excuse me, I'm actually gonna meet with my pastor soon for my church and talk with her about it, and or in hopes of being able to have a space where we can move forward with the facts program. That's something that's really dear because you got a lot of motherless and fatherless young people running around, and just because we get for those, and this is just for those brothers who are involved in their kids' lives, and even those who may want to get back involved in their kids' lives for whatever reason they may not be involved. But this is also for brothers who can be father figures to some other fatherless kids. That's the main objective. Oh man, I got my brother Sean. Another church member is on with us, man. My brother Sean, thank you for joining us, man. Join the man. I am so appreciative for you being here, man. But I've been talking. I've been on about an hour. It's been a good show. Topic was, but the thought for Thoughtful Thursdays was based on what and who ain't no what, but who is doing this to our kids in the South. That's what my thought. I thought that would be a good dialogue for today. I thought that it would be meaningful for us to be able to talk about that. My brother Sean Bentley, welcome to the show, guys. I guess I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer. I guess like he is another church member, another brother who has been in my life, another man in the ministry, man, deep brother. He's in the health field. Another brother he's in a okay. Sean, my cousin Sonya, she is in the she has a gym. She's in the exercise and eating well. Now, my field and my brother Sean, he is in the health field, nurse assistants or NR nurse or something of that nature. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother Sean, but yeah, man. I mean, man, I am grateful for you to be on, and the topic was based on that, on what we thought or who we thought was doing these things to our young people down south. Um, there was some other conversations we had. I talked about as far as the lack of attention that has been shown down there, up here, up north, and not just in Colorado, but just anywhere other than the South. You would think that this would be something that or there's nothing that's organized on it, man. I can't really come up with the words because again, I'm physically I'm already attached to that whole scenario, that whole situation down there because of what happened to my son, and not just what happened to him, but the same pattern. So I am operating in my purpose. I will speak. I will talk about it. I will continue to just in hopes of being able to get some other folks to talk about it with some other folks that can talk about it, and then so on and so on, and bring some awareness to what's happening. But overall, man, I'm glad you're here with us, man. I hate you couldn't catch it earlier on, but you can go back and listen to it, and even leave your comment on your thought. I would love to see that. We talked about yeah, pretty much just that it, man. And we're gonna have some panelists on in the month of September, different people on talking about meaningful things that's gonna be beneficial to us. And maybe you could probably be a panelist, man. You can come on and talk about the health field and what it is that you do for those folks who may be thinking about entering that field as well. But again, it's all about encouraging and being encouraged. I don't know what that was, but overall, I am grateful. Me today. God bless each and every one of you guys. Share this with your friends, with those people who you all think that will may show interest. not just anybody. But until we meet again, God bless, love, peace, and hair grease.